Thank you very much for joining me on this Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to dive into the areas that will get wet, watching a front, and where the cool weather is. So right now, this is what's going on. Here we are in the Caribbean, Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, United States, Mexico here, and this is the colder air. Now what's happening is, unlike a couple weeks ago, these fronts, and there's a front sitting here. It's the dividing, a front is a dividing line. So you have the warm air versus the cool to cold air. And the fronts are going to be more moving to the east. So it's kind of past that time of year. We get good ones diving in. However, with that said, I want to show you the tail end of a front that will bring us some showers. But because these fronts in the United States are going to hang to the north, keeping the colder air up there, we generally have that easterly flow that is with us and even a southeasterly breeze. So let me show you the big picture. Then I'm going to zoom down. I want to get into the higher seas and some of the rain totals. So lots to cover. Now, this is the tail end of a front. You see it here. This is what we were talking about over the last several videos since last week. Now, it's not really bringing cool air, but it is going to increase some of the showers. 1 week front here and another system building here. But again, these two don't really dive down as much. And I'm going to show you that here a little bit more to the east. So there's the tail end of one front. And when I zoom down, I'll show you some of the showers in some locations. But the broader picture by tomorrow, you see the next system here. Most of the energy with this one is way up here, close to Canada, northern United States. The tail end of the front clips by parts of the Gulf of Mexico into Mexico, but because a lot of the energy with this is up here, again, it's only the tail end of the front that we're going to be dealing with. Now, with that said, southeast United States tomorrow, potential of some severe weather, even isolated tornadoes. There's the higher rain chance. Northeastern Caribbean tomorrow with that first front. But you can see, because the energy is way to the north on this front, it's just the tail end of this on Friday sliding by. Not much of a change in direction of the winds, not much of a change as far as the temperatures are concerned. A lot of the energy continues to pull away. So I'll be monitoring the fronts, but again, almost out of that time of year where fronts really give us any change in some of the weather. But let me show you this and then I'll dive into the model. This is the rainfall as far as rainfall totals are concerned. The next 2 days, Belize, we're mainly dry. Jamaica, not a lot, but you see a lot more in the way of blue here. Those aren't high totals, but St. Kitts and Nevis, British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, for example, Anguilla, Antigua, and Barbuda, we could see a few spots getting anywhere from 25 millimeters to 50 millimeters. So a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain possible with some spotty showers because of a front around, but still the higher totals, Suriname, Guyana, near Trinidad and Tobago, northern Venezuela, Suriname. We've had flooding the last few days. I want to show you some good news, though, in that ahead. Now, for today itself, still the rain in Suriname, Guyana the higher chance, right on the edge again in Trinidad and Tobago. Like yesterday, some of us get rain, others don't get rain. So I'm watching this sector carefully for that rain potential for today. Elsewhere, some spotty showers. I'm going to dive into the Western Caribbean in a second. I'm going to shift over, so hang on if you're watching from here. Do my best to cover everyone. Now, moving forward in time, this is tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock tomorrow. You can note here a couple things going on. One, actually generally good news here on this picture. We're going to see a lesser chance of rain in some spots, a higher chance up here. This is the tail end of the front. So Puerto Rico, near the Dominican Republic, again, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, better chance of showers. Not a washout, but a slightly higher chance even over toward Guadeloupe and Dominica. While in Suriname, the rain chance isn't as high. Friday in Guyana, we're going to see some spotty showers. Suriname, better chance. But here is that front, and you see it kind of draped across. Again, a very weak front. So Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, quick passing shower. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even Grenada. Suriname, better chance that we get some drier weather tomorrow in spots. Not completely dry, I want to point that out. But overall, the rain chance gradually goes down some in Suriname. I'm watching that carefully. Still rain. That's why I want to be clear with what I just said. Still some rain, but gradually the rain chance going down. Now, Western Caribbean, as promised, spotty showers with that front today in the Cayman Islands. Not as much in Jamaica, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, watching that. I mentioned Belize, even the Yucatan of Mexico, very dry. Too dry. Of course, it is the dry season, technically speaking, but we know we have been tracking a lot of rain around. Same thing tomorrow, not much going on in Belize. Jamaica, not a whole lot of action. Could see a stray shower in Cuba. Better chance of rain tomorrow, or at least a chance of some showers. Panama, parts of Colombia. Costa Rica for tomorrow if you're near some of that green spotty shower. ABC Islands, could see a passing shower, but that would be at rain chance about 20%. Now the winds, here we are in the Caribbean. The Bahamas here, Turks and Caicos, Cuba, here are my friends in Haiti. Gusty easterly winds with us. And this kind of pulls up over here. That's why the seas are going to be higher, again, off the coast of Colombia. No break there, which is not a huge surprise. Everything kind of pulls in with that easterly flow, and then you get this kind of loop current. You get the spin in the water over here. That helps build the seas. And the winds stay very gusty, 56 kilometers an hour, 35 miles per hour, the gust with us. And as we take you into tomorrow, still that southeasterly flow, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, keeping us warm over the next couple of days, but still that persistent easterly flow, and that's why some spots still getting some rain. That's why we had some rain over the last few days. I mentioned this kind of loop current over here. Everything building up off the coast of Panama and Colombia. Seas upwards of 4 meters, so again over 12, 13 feet in some spots. Please use some caution, of course. Elevate it as you get out into the Atlantic, watching over toward Barbados. Now, hurricane season, that does not start until June 1st. We know, though, especially April and May, sometimes we get a named storm. So very soon I'll be looking at things carefully. This month, though, only one named storm on record. So this is actually the quietest month. We're not in the hurricane season, but in the calendar year, you got 12 months. This month is usually the quietest as far as tropical weather goes. We've got some of the cooler water temperatures. There was one storm that formed near Belize and the Yucatan of Mexico, pushed toward Cuba into South Florida, and went off the east coast of the United States back in 1952 and did bring some strong winds. It was a tropical storm, unnamed tropical storm, and they didn't actually classify that until I think it was back in 2015. They kind of looked back at old data and they're like, nope, that was a tropical storm, but only one named storm on record in this month. Hopefully we have a good hurricane season in the form of a low count as far as storms are concerned. But watching everything for you, got you covered. Leave those comments. I'll be getting to those throughout the day. Know I'm thinking of you. Hope you have a good day ahead.